What's going on, Kim Folk? Yes, sir. Welcome back to Key to the City podcast. It's your country cousin and your favorite Kim Folk, Yoni. You already know who it is. This is episode 7 of season 2. Appreciate everybody that's continuing to support your boy, man. I'm growing each and every podcast, so I appreciate y'all being patient with me. Um, and continue to support and spread the word about it. And we're not gonna stop, baby. It's all gas, no brakes. I want to thank my last guest for episode 6. We had the queen on here, Miss. I'm having a brain fart. Miss Kaylin Stringfellow. She's a young activist out of Jackson, Mississippi, and she's doing her thing to make sure our people are voting and exercising our rights that so many of our ancestors have died for. So I'm glad she was on the show. Shout out to you, Queen. Keep doing your thing. And as with every guest that we have, we're going to continue to bring you high quality content, high quality guests. And today is no different. This young lady, I came across her page probably, I know it's been at least 6 months ago now. And her voice just, it kind of put me in a trance. It's so melodic, so beautiful. It kind of puts you at ease. So I definitely wanted to find out more about her. She's based in Georgia. Um, so anytime y'all down in Georgia, ATL, I think you in ATL, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Y'all try to catch one of her shows. I don't know if you'll be able to catch it now with COVID-19, but hell.
Nah. No.
It's messing everything up. So let's find out a little more about her career, and introduce her to the kin folks. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to introduce to the city Miss Jaszy Shavers. What's going on, Queen?
Hey, thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. A little tired, but no complaints. How are you?
I feel I'm the same. I'm the same. Do that 9 to 5 during the day and do my real job right now.
Exactly.
You know how
Always
I go.
working.
Exactly. Glad you joined us. Like I was telling my audience, I love your voice. I love your music. Um, it's the type. It's I would call it easy like a Sunday morning music. That's the kind of vibe I get. And if you like to do a little extracurriculars, people, this is good music that you can chill to and get that vibe to and just relax. So, how long have you actually been singing? Well, I take that back. When did you recognize your gift for singing?
I can't even remember. I come from a singing family. So
Hmm.
for as long as I can remember, I've been singing. My mom has photos of me where I'm in my dresses, barely able to reach the microphone. So apparently I've been doing music all my life.
Were you one of those children that your parents made you sing at every family function?
Maybe not every family function, but almost every church service. Oh my goodness. People wouldn't know my name, but knew that I could sing, which was crazy to me.
Hmm. So when did you start taking this seriously? When did you develop that passion?
Um, when that I feel like as soon as I realized that I could play the piano and play the guitar, I kind
Mm.
of started taking it seriously because my mom said she literally bought me one for Christmas and I just started playing. So I think when I realized that I could play instruments, I knew it was a little bit more serious, but I didn't really take it to the level
Hmm.
where I'm taking it now until I moved to Atlanta, honestly, about 2.5 years ago.
Oh, okay. Where you originally from?
Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Yes, the low country.
I heard about that. Are, are you close to Charlemagne's hometown? Where is he from? Monk's Corner.
I have no idea what that is. No offense to him. No, I'm
Right.
close to Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, and
Mm.
Columbia, South Carolina. So we're in the bottom of South Carolina.
Okay. Well, like I say, your music comes out with that melodic feel, like carefree. What would you say your music represents? Is it personal or is it just based off feeling, emotions? What?
Yeah, it's both. Everything I've ever written has been true. There's a lot of songs that either I released and took back or I haven't released, and everything was true. Um, I'm somebody that feels a lot. I either feel really happy, really sad, or really excited. And I like to live in a peaceful manner. Granted, we all have our days, but
Right.
that's just kind of how my environment is at home. Even when I'm at work, I try to maintain some kind of peacefulness, and that's the kind of music I want to give to other people.
Wow. See, even your demeanor comes off as you're just so gentle and quiet. I doubt you ever get into any arguments. Um,
Listen, polarity
I caught
and
that look.
duality,
Yeah,
can't be all one thing, but no, I
you're right.
appreciate it.
You got to have a healthy balance right there.
Yes, yes.
Well, tell me some of your inspirations as you were coming up. Who are some of the singers that you admire?
Man, the first, this I might be telling my age, but the first cassette tape I ever got was Sade, and then
Oh
my mom
yes.
bought me Mariah Carey, and of course Michael Jackson. So I listened to a lot of that. I listened to a lot of jazz. My mom loved Miles Davis, John Coltrane, um, Kenny G, Najee. Like she was big on jazz. And then my stepdad was into oldies. So he loved Luther Vandross. He loved
Mm,
the Temptations. So a combination. But I really feel a heavy influence with Sade and Anita Baker, just based off of their
yes.
singing style and of course groove theory. I hear that all the
Hmm. I agree. Those are
time.
two perfect artists I would definitely compare you with.
Hmm.
Um, what about Badu?
Oh, big time. Big time. I can't
Yes.
even believe I didn't say that yet. I hear there's certain songs I can cover of hers too well, and I'm like, I can't do this because I won't be able to differentiate my style. But yeah, Erica Badu for sure. Even with how I write music, I love how her and Sade do not have a structured
Mm,
song. Like they just kind of write. It's almost like spoken word that you sing to. Um, and I study music not just for the music composition, but the lyricism and everything. So Badu for sure.
facts. Before COVID took over, how often were you doing shows in the city?
Um, so I hit my peak when I performed at Apache, I think 2 years ago, and then I
Hit your
got
peak.
the job I have now. Yeah, my peak. So I was getting signed up and asked to perform places, and then I changed jobs, which took a lot more energy from me. I work in public health, so
Mm,
sometimes it can take a lot from me, and I kind of needed some downtime to pick myself up, reinvent my sound, and kind of pull it back together. So I wouldn't say that frequently. I'm still new to Atlanta, but at this point, it's starting to build up again. So I have been asked to do some virtual shows and concerts, and to start preparing for in-person shows in the future. So
I'm definitely gonna catch one of those. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch one in person. It was my plan to come to Atlanta, see you perform at some point, but I was actually down there maybe 2 months ago doing a documentary. It was a turnaround trip, but I don't have a problem traveling at all. Um, what I wanted to ask, I couldn't find. Do we have any albums,
we don't have any albums.
EPs?
No. So every time I started an EP, I would stop. And because I am so particular about everything, so I do everything myself. I write the
Mm,
songs, I produce the beats, I engineer the songs, I mix and master everything myself. And it takes so much time. And so as soon
yes.
as I'll start a vibe where I'll have like, because an EP is only 3 to 4 tracks, I'll say, you know
Hmm.
what, that's not the message I want to, get across. Or I'll find a different vibe that I like. So I do have a single, Sucker, that I did again, everything by myself. Before
Hmm.
that, my single, Kingdom, did very well. That song I actually partnered with someone. But I am working on an EP now. I actually have a collaboration with one of my favorite local artists. I'm not going to say who, it's a
Okay.
surprise, but we're doing something around the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mm,
We're both really passionate about Black people, equality, and just fairness, what is right, and taking a stand. And he has the flyest vibe. Like if you could put Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Joy, who else? Isaiah Rashad, like all of them in one person, but then kind of give him some Dom Kennedy swag. Like that's his vibe. The first time I heard his music because everyone sends their music, Lord. The first time I heard his music, I was like, whoa, like he's for real. I'm excited. So that's the next step. But before I put any project out, I just want it to be some of my best work because surprisingly more people listen than I thought did.
Hell yeah, they do. You're selling yourself short. That's the sucker single that y'all see there. Go support that on Amazon,
Yes, it's also
please.
on YouTube. It's also on Pandora. It's also on Tidal, SoundCloud, and I want to say I'm missing Apple Music, and I think that's it.
Okay. Respect. What's the goal for your career? You have some artists they want to sell a lot of records, make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Some people just want to be able to survive and make a living from it and continue to do
yeah.
what they love. Um, what would you say that your ultimate goal with it is?
Every time I answer this question, people look at me funny. So the goal, of course, is to make money doing what I love. So yes,
Hmm.
be able to profit from my streams, from plays, from concerts. But I don't need to be a millionaire. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not the kind of artist that you're gonna see doing the Harlem Shake or like the Beyonce moves on stage. That ain't my vibe.
Yeah.
I care more about connecting with people. So my life motto is to connect, enlighten, and share. And so that's what my music goal is, to be able to make a living, a comfortable living off of my music and to connect with people, share my stories, and enlighten them with my philosophy.
Heavy. Are you one of those type of artists that if you can't express yourself through your gift, that is close to death?
I wouldn't say that extreme,
Hmm.
but I will say I express myself a lot better through my music. There have been times where I have told a guy how I felt strictly through song. One of the first
Hmm.
songs I did that actually started up some juice on my SoundCloud was 2 a.m. Confessions, which probably was a minute and 30 or 40 seconds. And I had gotten out of this relationship that lasted for some years. And I didn't know how to kind of get closure. So I was up late, heard the beat, freestyled the song and sent it to him. And he listened to it and he was like, yo, like, and so I put it up on SoundCloud, and that's when things kind of started moving. I took it down because it was a little too personal for other people to hear, but that's how I say how I feel.
I feel you. What's your I'm always intrigued by people that not only write their own music but
Yeah.
produce their own music. What's your structure? Do you create the melody first? Do you write the words first or try to put the melody to it? Like what do you do?
I appreciate you asking that because some people don't realize it's a process. It depends.
Ah,
So, um, I have a home studio where I'm
okay.
sitting in, and depending on my vibe or where I'm sitting in my studio depends on how I work. So I have it set up where if I wanted to sit on my couch and connect to my computer or my big screen, I can do that. Or if I want to be at the desk, or if I want to be on the bean bags or the keyboard, depending where I'm sitting is how I start. The keyboard I use for my MIDI interface, so I may have a melody when I'm getting off of work, like, that would be smooth. And I get on the
Hmm.
keyboard and I play it. Or I may have a bass line that's in my head and I'll use one of my sample resources and get the sound. But I may also just be sitting here watching TV and start with the drums. I like to use the bass and drums first because I feel like that's the groove. But again, it just varies.
Are
Um,
you, are you a producer that reads music or are you a producer that goes by sound and feel like P. Diddy?
Man, sound and feel. My mom invested a lot of money in me getting piano lessons and learning
Hmm.
how to read music. And for some reason, because I had already started playing by ear, the lessons bored me. I'm like, I know I just got to do this. And she's like, no, but what is that? I don't know. I
Right,
just know it
right.
sounds good. So, no, I have books that help me with that, but I don't read them because I care more about the sound and the feel of what I'm hearing. Now, I can listen to any song and be like, I know what this is, this is, this is, this is. And I can find the key with my voice, but no, I don't read music like that.
I wanted to take I think it was just music business.
Okay.
And for some reason they made me take music theory. I
Yeah.
changed my whole major because I could
Really?
not
It's
Understand.
intense.
Yes.
It, it is so intense. That's why I love jazz artists, because you have to imagine, like, especially the classic jazz artists, to be able to improvise and read music at the same time. That's a
Hmm.
lot going on. And you just, no, that's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot.
I have a newfound respect for those that can. So salute.
Thank you. It's funny. I have a guy friend who is phenomenal. He can play, I think, almost any instrument: drums, bass guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and keyboard. And he knows how to read music. And we'll have like, he's one of the guys I did a cover with on my Instagram. We'll have a song that we want to do, and he'll be like, okay, in A. And I look at him like, come on, I don't know. Come on, come on,
Right.
man. But he can just hear it. Okay, C sharp.
Mm,
Can you help me out? Play the key real fast.
right. I don't get it, man. Some
No.
people, some people just have that gift, I guess.
Me too.
Um, are you particular with who you work with? Like you protective of your brand, or would you
Oh yeah.
collaborate? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'm not saying I'm Beyonce, because I'm not. Everyone has their own lane. I understand that a lot of people in Atlanta, especially, can sing or do whatever. But Jaszy Shavers is a brand. Part of the
Hmm.
brand is being this peaceful person, is, making sure that I bring love and light. So I'm not ever going to do a song with someone that's just like cursing in every verse, or that's talking about things that don't match up with my values. I have been in studio sessions with people who have a significant influence and probably could take my career to the next level. But because of what they're rapping about or singing about, I'm like, nah. And it's hard because the person sitting there like, I'll pay you this much, or are you serious? This person has this much followers, or this person
Hmm.
at this company. And I'm like, I don't want people to look me up and see that associated with me. And I know that may sound vain, but nah, like,
It
I
really
stand
doesn't.
for my brand.
I respect that. I don't think a lot of people think about that aspect of it when they begin their career. And sometimes the people that you do associate yourself with, like you said, it can have a negative reflection on you. So I'm sorry, guys. You probably won't hear on the trap record anytime soon.
I might be in the video like this in the background, but I'm not going to be on that song. You will not hear me on that song. But it's funny. I did do, when I first started going to studios back in 2012, I was dating this guy in Savannah, and
Mm,
he had me in this studio with one of his homeboys, and I had no idea what the guy was rapping about. And I remember he said something. He was like, I need you to sing about this. We'll just pretend it was about keys, right? And I'm
hmm.
singing about the keys. And it didn't hit me till later when I'm looking around. I see posters of camouflage everywhere. And I'm like, so what does that mean? And they just bust out laughing. I'm like, oh, man. So I might be on some trap songs I haven't heard yet. But
Yeah.
besides those.
I mean, you probably sound good on a hook. I think you're a flow. Like you and Ti somebody. He
Oh
done
my
ma-
gosh.
he done matured a little bit. Have you met him? Have you met Ti before?
I've never met Ti before. I'm more into controversial and conscious rappers. If I could be on any
Mm.
rapper's song, I would be on Common for
Yeah.
sure. That's been one of my favorite rappers. Currency is my ultimate favorite rapper. I know that's kind of backwards, but
What?
for me to be on would be Common.
That's heavy. I would have never thought you like currency.
That's what everyone says when they hear it in my car. They're like, but I've been loving Currency since 2009 when I heard How Fly.
He definitely jams. Are you familiar with Big Crit?
I love Big Crit.
Now
Oh
you
my
would do a
goodness.
song with him. I could
Yes.
definitely see that. Yeah.
That would be so, and I love being country. So that would be so, Big Crit, Smoke Dizza, Currency, all of them.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna see if I can hook that up.
that would be fantastic.
I don't know him like that. I just met him one time, but he was cool.
Hey, you never
And he a
know.
Mississippi boy. You know what I'm saying?
Possibilities are limitless. You never know.
Well, Queen, I'm expecting great things from you. Like I say, I love your music. I want more of it. Uh, I need you to flood us, but I'm not gonna rush your craft. But I've told some of my homies about you, and some of my homegirls. They love your style, so we
Thank you.
definitely need you to pump us out more music. but I want it to be on your time. I'll
Thank
accept
you.
that.
Calling.
All right. What else can we expect from you the rest of the year? I know it's kind of, but what's your plans for the rest of the year, career wise?
So another reason I've been so busy is I've been getting into community work. I'm forming a nonprofit. It's called Creative Pathways, and it's for young Black creatives ages 10 to 21
Mm,
in the Atlanta area. And what I'm doing is taking a whole bunch of Black creatives I know, older and younger, some community people, like I know some directors for different counties, and using all of our resources to provide resources to children. When I grew up, the Boys and Girls Club helped me get into studios, helped me get lessons. They taught me how to sing a cappella. Like that organization really pushed me forward for my passions. And
hmm.
with everything that's happening right now, it's important for us to be able to give within our community. On
Absolutely.
top of that, I'm partnering with a production company who wants to do web series with me. So I'm really excited because I can't say too much, but what
Okay.
they're planning to do will be so good for the Black community. It's almost like shedding a new light and starting a different narrative for us. Because if you watch a lot of Tyler Perry or BET, we have a certain narrative that follows the Black stereotype, especially as
Facts.
a Black woman. So I'm excited for us to do something different that'll show people who aren't Black that we have different dynamics and personalities.
Facts. And I'm proud to hear about your nonprofit. That's one of my goals.
Yes.
Um, but I always get hung up on, and you may or may not know, like actually how to get the funding. And I work in finance, so I should know these things. But the grant writing part of it, have you
Um,
reached that stage yet? Or
I, I've been blessed to have friends who do this for a living. So one of the
okay.
people I'm partnering with, her job is community partnerships. And she called me and she walked me through the steps. And there are so many steps that I don't
Hmm.
even think the nonprofit will launch until next year.
Hmm.
But she's willing to help me piece by piece, process by process. The great thing is I have experience with grants and contracts due to my job. So I just know things are destined to work the way they've all kind of fallen into place. But it's tedious,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
very tedious.
Well, I can't wait till you get that off the ground. I'm sure it'll be a success. I wish you great success in your career. I'm looking forward to big things from you, Queen. Continue to represent for all these young Black queens out there that definitely need the type of vibe you give off, and
Thank you.
role models such as yourself, to know that they can express themselves in other ways other than twerking. Uh,
No
which,
shade to the
ain't
person though.
nothing wrong with twerking. I
That's
do enjoy a
right.
little twerking, but I
Looking
don't
for
want to see my
praise.
daughter doing it. But well, I'm glad you joined us. Key to the City podcast. We had the Queen Jaszy Shavers in the building. Y'all go follow her, support her, buy her music, download it, stream it, do whatever you can to support this queen. Glad to have you on. We're definitely
Thank you
gonna
for
link up
inviting
again,
me.
hopefully in person. When we get Corona out the way, man. But I thank you so much. And if you ever need anything on my end, I'm small time upcoming too. So I'll see you at the top, but we can help each other. You dig?
Thank you. I really appreciate this time with you.
You're welcome. So we'll see you next time. My kin folks, we out. Y'all tune in next week. I don't know who my guests are yet, but I'll let you know soon enough. Appreciate y'all. Peace and love. All right, Jazzy, be safe.
Bye.
Peace. Bye, Marley.